is expected to testify today at the former president's criminal hush money trial in New York about paying off the former adult film star Stormy Daniels.
In 2018, Cohen was sentenced to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty to 9 federal charges, including one related to the payment made to Daniels. Trump denies having any role in falsifying records to conceal the payment, but Cohen says he was directed to make that payment.
Fox's Brooks Singman. 26 months into the war in Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin promotes and replaces his defense minister.
Sergei Shoigu was Russia's Minister of Defense for 12 years, but now he's been replaced. The 68-year-old reappointed to Russia's Security Council. In Shoigu's shoes comes Andrei Belousov, an economist with no military background.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The goal, a spokesman says, is military innovation. America's listening to Fox News.
97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go again. A brand new week. It's Monday. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barris.
Can I say it's Monday again?
Yeah, go right ahead. It's Monday.
Yeah, let's do it.
Probably the only nice day out of the entire week.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm about to freeze to death this morning when I got up.
You know, I got in the car this morning, actually had to flip from air conditioning to heat. I was like,
now you know you in the South in the spring.
Yes.
Because it does change around here a lot. Great weekend weather-wise. It looked beautiful.
Was.
Let's see, when did the weather radio start going off? Was that Saturday or was that Friday? I forgot now.
It was Friday.
Wow.
I finally had to turn it.
Well,
I'm going to tell you, it will wake the dead.
Yes, it will.
You cannot turn the volume down on the alert.
No, there's a way, but it has to be programmed in there special.
Wow, how special for me.
Put a blanket over it.
Oh, my. Well, it's up on the wall.
A pillow or something.
You know, I just keep it silent during beautiful days like today.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I turned it back on. Like, don't forget to turn it back on. And I did that yesterday because I know we have a lot of weather coming up this week.
It can pop up at any time, as
That's
it
right.
did the other day. And we had a lot of that mess coming up the coast and from inland counties. Water mess. We'll talk about that later on, too. But, hey, some good things over. First of all, Robbie and I, we offer our congratulations to our grandchild, Allison Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
She was just in here dropping off Lulu, Lucy. We had the pleasure of watching her walk across that stage on Saturday at Coastal Carolina Community College to receive her diploma. Could not have been a better day weather-wise.
Yes,
I've never
it was
been to a
beautiful.
graduation that I didn't sit there in the open and sweat like a stuck pig until this weekend. I thought I was going to, believe it or not, I had a sweatshirt in the car just in case.
Just in case?
Yeah, but I didn't want to do that because I actually dressed up and looked decent.
You looked very nice. I saw the pictures.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't see any. Allison has put in a lot of work over the years, and her efforts, they're paying off. She has an opportunity to move forward in this world, and she definitely will do that. As for Coastal, that school baby has come a long way. My junior high shop teacher was a gentleman named Leroy Henderson. Junior high shop teacher was his name was Leroy Henderson. It wasn't long after he got through with putting up with me that Mr. Henderson took on the task of teaching at Onslow Technical College that had been recently converted from an abandoned North Carolina prison unit there on 17 South near the Highway Patrol Station. I think it's another restaurant now. From there, the county and then Dr. Henderson put together a plan that became Coastal Carolina Community College, and it has grown and grown and grown and grown. It's a beautiful place. Allison wasn't the only grandchild taking a walk over the weekend. And Lee had a similar experience.
Yes, on Friday.
Wasn't it fun?
It was so nice. And like you said, it was freezing in the auditorium. It was at Wilson Center in Wilmington, right? Slap downtown near the water.
Yeah.
So getting there was fun, but it was well done. And it was strange because the guest speaker for the ceremonies was a Mr. Milam, who owns a bunch of realty companies in Wilmington and here in Jacksonville, a Seacoast Realty. And then they were introducing the board of trustees. And guess who one of the trustees was?
Go ahead.
Xander Guy.
Yeah.
You remember Xander?
Yeah, I remember Xander.
And I was like, oh, I know him. And so anyway, and I just want to say that there was no protest.
Oh, really?
Everyone came in and enjoyed the graduation ceremonies.
No posters and
No
placards held
posters.
up. Uh,
No,
down with Israel?
no protesters.
So no snowflakes were there. Then.
No, and the ceremony went off without a hitch. It was I videotaped my granddaughter walking across stage, and of course, the one voice that you could hear yelling her name happened to be mine. So, but we have another graduation coming up this week.
Didn't get it right the first time?
No, that was for the college courses she took to actually graduate with an associate degree in arts. So this coming week is her early college / high school graduations. I don't know how they do it, but
Things have really changed over the decades. So you can go to college while you're still in high school.
exactly. So she's got 2 different graduations. And anyway, so
Get it all done.
get it all done. I'm proud of her. She's going to be going to App State this fall.
App State.
App
She
State.
don't carry her snowshoes with her?
Oh, well,
'Cause it's gonna be cold.
I'm giving her earthquake drills, and I'm also going to have to go out.
Earthquake drills?
Yeah, because they have a lot of earthquakes, small ones right up
At
along that
Appalachian
line. Yeah,
State?
well, up there, in Boone, all that up in there,
Yeah.
the small ones.
Those are rock slides.
So we
That just rocks a little bit.
You know,
Not a big deal.
explain it to a coastal girl.
Yeah.
And so then, yes, we're going to have to buy her winter clothes. She's already taken some of mine out of the closet, so we'll see.
Well, that'd be fun. Lots of fun.
But congratulations to all the graduates
All of them
this year.
had a whole host of them there at Coastal.
Right. Very proud of Allie.
Yeah, me
Very
too.
proud of her.
We are definitely proud. So I'm proud of all the kids out there doing
Yes.
that. They all look like good people, and the things like that will go forth and will benefit them first and the rest of society.
Right.
We get to have something and leave something in our wake that's good for us. So I like that. We got some tragic news. We got some ongoing news. We got some situational news following last week's Onslow County Board of Education meeting. Why can't they just do things? Why do they have to be at the center of attention all the time? Do you think that's intended? We'll talk about it.
Yes.
So anyway, we got Billy Sewell coming in here in about 20 minutes or so. He's the one been leading the way with the YMCA pool, and also he's an entrepreneur, restaurateur, business guy, all the way around. Very successful
Yes.
individual, following in his daddy's footsteps as well. So it's we're going to have him in here chatting about an issue. But we'll start off with this yesterday, a little after 1 o'clock, mid-afternoon, about 1:20, I think it was, they got a call. A teenager was shot and killed yesterday afternoon here in Jayville. 19-year-old Terrence Grant shot while he was outside Windsor Place Apartments on Gum Branch Road. The Maysville youngster was declared dead at the scene. Jacksonville investigators say this appears to be isolated. They do not think the public is at risk. However, detectives are asking for our help. If you have any information involving this shooting, this individual, Terrence Grant, please give them a call. It matters not how important you think or relevant that you think the information that you have or may have is. Let the police figure it out. They may already have the same information, and yours could be just like what they call corroborating information. Give them a call, or you can call Crime Stoppers. The number for Crime Stoppers is 910-938-3273. 910-938-3273. Crime Stoppers also offers cash rewards up to $2,500 for information. You never know how valuable what you know can do to help the police on a case like this. Information can also be anonymously texted via text a tip by typing TIP, the number 4, CSJAX. That's tip 4 CXJAX, and your message, whatever your message is, to the number 274-637, 637. Refer to case number 22-08729 when calling or texting about the case. That's the best way to get it to the right people at the right time. The primary detective in this case, Detective Winderoff, you can reach him, 910-938-5034. We've got that posted. I put it up on our Facebook page last night. So all of those numbers are there. I know you're not going to remember them. If you don't remember any number, just call the Jacksonville Police Department. They'll get you to the right people.
Right.
If you want to go to our Facebook page and write the numbers down and make the call, do so. That would be great.
Yeah, we encourage that.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
We don't know any information about this. Lieutenant Williams got the basic information out last night as quickly as they could put things together, which I commend them for doing.
Yes.
So that was good. And no doubt after everything gets opened up and they go through all of the details that they have, and they'll put out an updated release a little bit later today. But this is what they know now that they can release. And if you've got any information, please call. You may not know how important it is, or it might not be of much importance, but the police don't care. Call them. It might be that one little, you'd be amazed at the little details that can break a case. We go back to the Schrader days.
Oh, nightmare.
1974, this dude robbed a couple of banks. He killed some girls, right? He killed
Yes.
2 girls as hostages in the bank robbery. He killed 2 other girls that he and his stepdaughter picked up hitchhiking, likely going to be a bank robbery. Didn't work out that way. He wore a ski mask in the film at the bank. The only clue there was at that time came late that last Friday night in August of 1974, the 16th to be the exact date, not that I remember it. Processing the film and printing the pictures, there was one photograph when he turned his head slightly sideways. You could see a little scar on his eye, internal part of his eye. The next day, at the MP station, when a corpsman came to work that afternoon, Saturday afternoon, he said, what are you doing with Schrader's picture up here? Just like that.
Right.
That's all it took. Just like that.
Right. I remember that story.
Oh, I do too. I lived that story. Found his picture here.
And that's all it took.
That's
all
that
it
was
took.
it. That's all it took. That's the kind of little tip that can change an investigation very quickly. Well, all right. We're going to go ahead and take a break, get some stuff behind us here. Lots of things out there happening. We're going to talk with Billy Sewell here in a few minutes. I'm sure that's going to take a while. I intended it to take a while. We'll try to get to exactly what the status is of the swimming pool here in Onslow County at the YMCA. They should be getting ready to break ground. That was the intention about now, to be breaking ground so they can get this thing off and running.
Right.
And get some kids learning how to swim to keep them alive. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME. We've got a lot of weather when we come back.
Freedom 97.1.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay, first turn the music off. Then ask for everyone's attention. Now, tell them that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Boom! Now everyone knows you're not just a pretty face. You have some brains inside that face that know how to save hundreds on home insurance. Woo!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Feeling trapped with that old phone? Don't. Getting a new phone is easy. Come into Verizon and get one of our best phones on us with Select Trade-In on Unlimited Ultimate Plan and get a plan that helps you save by only paying for what you need. Act now and get a brand new phone at your Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate Plan required. Less up to $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions apply.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville. When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge in helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morgan City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morgan City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Yeah, severe weather tip here, sponsored by John Stars Electric of Jacksonville. I hope you folks with your recently acquired NOAA weather radios found out in a hurry that they can offer a lot of advance warning ahead of severe thunderstorms that were producing quarter-size hail and damaging winds over the weekend. My radio lit up with the warnings perhaps a half dozen times as the progress of those storms were tracked. I tell you what, there's no way I could sleep through that. I can sleep through anything, but I could not have slept through that. Even the professional folks in the business of getting information to you as quickly as possible know how important having critical information in your hands immediately can be. The team at WCTI Channel 12, led by Chief Meteorologist Donnie Cox, returns to Onslow County this Wednesday. He and members of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club will be at the Swansboro Piggly Wiggly. Get that now, Swansboro Piggly Wiggly. That's on Corbett Avenue from 11 o'clock until 6:30, programming your radios to cover the counties you wish. If you don't have a radio, they will be offered for sale there at the Piggly Wiggly. Advance warnings of severe weather are important. John Stars Electric also wants to warn you about portable generators you have on hand. They may not provide the kind of electricity to power your entire home, but they definitely have enough deadly juice to kill you and others. Buying a generator off the shelf and setting it up to provide you with electricity when commercial power is interrupted carries a responsibility to you, your family, even the power crews that will be working to get your normal power back online. Regardless of what you buy, check with an electrician or your power company for some tips. John Stars and the team can take care of that for you. And if you want to make sure that you have a worry-free source of power, why don't you just power up your life with a Generac standby generator from John Stars Electric. They have units in all sizes that will allow you to provide power to the most critical elements in your home. John Stars Electric, standing by right now at 910-989-1908. The Marine Weather Outlook is brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. You might expect that Onslow County ranks pretty high in reported cases of PTSD every year. You'd be right. The cases reported to Onslow County workers shows that 17 out of every 100,000 people actually file reports stemming from PTSD. No doubt the number suffering is much higher. But even among those that report, that makes North Carolina number 14 in the entire U.S. in the number of PTSD cases. Counselors, like those at Community Prevention Services, will, without a doubt, see a number of clients who know they have an issue that's troubling them, but they don't realize it's actually stress related to a traumatic situation. Perhaps it's part of their daily work, just routine, they think, and they accept it as just doing their job. At least a lot of folks in a lot of fields are aware of issues, and some actually seek active counseling. Some guys don't want to look weak, but weakness has nothing to do with PTSD. The sooner you seek counseling, the sooner you actually open up, the sooner your counselors can work on a plan to help you in your daily lives. You can start right away by calling Community Prevention Services at 910-353-0972. Conveniently located at 918 Henderson Drive in Jacksonville, totally confidential, and they accept most insurance plans. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, easterly winds around 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Waves coming from the east, about 2 feet tall every 9 seconds. Pretty good. Sounds and rivers only a light chop. A nice day on the water. Tomorrow, wind's going to kick up a little bit. Southerly, 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 20 to 25 in the afternoon with gusts to 30 knots. Get out the kites. Seas 3 to 5 feet, building to 5 to 7 in the afternoon. Stay off the ocean. Waves from the south, about 4 feet tall every 5 seconds. 2-foot waves from the east. Every 9 seconds, there's going to be conflicting wave action. There will be a shift in the waves as the day wears on, becoming southerly 7 feet at 6 second intervals, meeting 2-foot waves from every 9 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy, increasing to rough in the afternoon. Wednesday, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, seas 5 to 8 feet. Subsiding to 5 to 6 in the afternoon. The waves are going to be from the south to 7 feet tall every 8 seconds, becoming southerly 6 feet tall at every 8 seconds. Sounds and rivers will be choppy.
Today, increasing clouds, high of 79. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 64. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms after 7 a.m. with a high of 76 and 24-mile-an-hour gusts. It's a 90% chance of rain tomorrow, so a good chance it is going to rain. Tomorrow night, a little more of the same with a low of 65. And on Wednesday, partly sunny, a high of 83, but it will be gusty.
Yeah, it's going to keep you cool.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're airborne, too, if you're not careful.
Sure.
I got a gentleman who walked in here. You know, I had that exact same shirt and trousers on, except my trousers were dark blue and my shirt was a darker blue.
Well, that's
Today?
not the exact
Yeah,
same
over
thing.
the weekend.
Oh, I started to say.
Is that the exact same thing? No.
It's the exact same
It's not
thing
the
with the
same.
exception of being except. That's what I said.
Your shirt was, I saw a picture of you this weekend. Your shirt was a lot darker than that right there.
What did I say?
It's not the same.
You
So
look
it's not the
nice.
exact
I
same
said
thing.
You looked nice.
You left
He
out
looks
the one,
nice.
missed the one word. Except. Billy Sewell, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me on this morning.
Welcome to the area of confusion, chaos, panic, and disorder. We're here.
Oh, I didn't even know that was there.
Really?
I looked at that a million times. Yeah.
Every day is been.
I know.
A quick funny one. Years ago, there was a talk radio show on with Mike Shadid.
Oh, I remember Mike.
I
Mike's a
grew
great
up
guy.
And that-
listening to him.
So it was something.
Ask your neighbor.
Right. My daddy used to call it "stab your neighbor."
Yeah, that's what it was too.
Right. So
Your dad was
Oh,
right. I was thinking about him yesterday. What classes did he teach at JHS in the 60s?
he taught at Jacksonville Junior High on New Bridge Street, and he taught history.
History.
And then he became a principal when Northwoods Park opened in like '67.
Something like that.
He was
Oh.
my principal when I went there, and I told you about the time April Fool's joke when the teacher picked me to take out in the hall like I was going to get paddled, and it was by your daddy. I was so scared it was April Fool's joke. From that point on, I was traumatized. Every time I saw your father, I was traumatized.
Well, he was a cool guy.
He was a cool
and
guy.
we had some interesting characters back in those days, and especially among the male teachers. They were interesting. I never had your dad, of course, but I because I was at Jacksonville High. I did, the only time I really had interaction with him, I drove a school bus, and over at Northwoods Park, I picked up some kids over there. He'd be standing out there from time to time, just looking, giving you the eye. You know the eye. I'm sure better than any of us.
I had it for 56 years. Yes, sir. Almost.
Billy Sill, entrepreneur, and well, I had breakfast with you on Saturday morning, bright and early.
Thank you for being there.
A whole
That
bunch
was
of
a
it. The room was
good
ours.
graduation breakfast for Allie. Congratulations to her.
Yep, yeah, she was in here just a few minutes ago. Let's talk about the swimming pool. This was the time that we had sort of scheduled a few months back to come in here and generally talk about groundbreaking ceremonies.
Well, let's bring you up to where we are today. Last June, we had the school system, the county commissioners, and the city all vote in favor to move forward with a tentative funding agreement that each city, county, and schools would give $3 million each over 2 years. And I put in there so that it wouldn't be their own decision if the legislature would give us $5 million. That subsequently happened. And so we went to work on architectural plans at the end of last year, and we are 90% complete with the architectural plans. And this Thursday, we will show what we think will be a 95% look at the inside and the outside of a two-pool facility where you'll have therapy and swim practice, and also the competition pool
Training.
and the pool that'll be used by, if we eventually, and I think we will. The school system had questions, and they were, what does it look like? And I had asked the school administration, do you need me to be there? No, we think we're okay. We think our vote, but there were some questions. And part of it, one of the board members raised, can the students use it 7 days a week? Well, part of our agreement that we went forward, because the only thing that we have done with the county attorney in the last 60 days is the funding agreement, because for a $14 million project, there'll be about every month, we're going to have to pay the invoices to the construction companies. And we needed a funding agreement of, okay, and eventually the city will give all their money to the county, and the school board gets their money from the county. So we will take the fundings that the county gives us, and we'll probably get the monies on a monthly basis so we can fund the process, which is about a 14-month construction process.
Mm-hmm.
But also they wanted to see the architectural plans, and part of this $17 to $20 million project is a capital campaign that we're going to do that'll be between $2 and $3 million, because as everybody knows, and you've had a lot of pool experience with your diving, is that we know it'll be $100,000 to $200,000 negative income on an annual basis. Well, we're going to the community and the state to raise $2 to $3 million towards operational costs. One additional blessing that we got notified in March, we have a $2.5 million federal HUD grant from Congress that will allow us to build out and make the New River YMCA all things full service Y. We're going to build a cardio room, a weight room, a group fitness room, expand and put in floor for the pickleball and basketball, and enhance our preschool that's already there, and then have outdoor activities, whether it's little soccer or whether it's softball, whatever the activities that we can to make a full service Y. So if a family wants to come in for $60 to $70 a month and they want to have all things Y, they can have all these activities plus pool use. Mm-hmm. So this will be a $19 to $20 million full project when everything's done, and with everybody participating from Congress all the way through the city, county, and the schools and the state legislature. This is the cheapest way to possibly make a difference in mental health, make a change in for positive activities. And the number one and the number two reason for death for 0 to 12 is drowning.
Yep.
And part of our agreement that's still the same from where we talked about it last year and put it in the agreement with the city, county, and schools every child in Onslow County, whether they're public school, private school, or homeschooled, will be awarded free swim lessons on an annual basis. And every Onslow County person will be able to swim for 3 hours a week, up to 3 hours a week for free. So we also have a partnership with the Sheriff's Department and the EMS and the city rec programs and the county rec programs that they will be able to use the pools at certain times without any charge.
Okay.
So this is the best opportunity that we can really move our county forward in a real positive way.
There are opportunities to make a buck or two here as well. You know what? I know that in another pool in another town, another county, that they allow certified dive instructors to use their pool for their pool qualification. That usually takes a couple of sessions per diver in the pool before they throw them into the ocean. But they charge for it. They make a buck out of it. Oh, bless you. Watch it.
Thank you.
You need some water or anything? Oh, you got yours. But anyway, they've got those opportunities there. So they can make some offsetting to offset some of the expenses.
And part of the agreement with the school system is that the programs for the swim teams, all Onslow County schools in a meet will not pay anything. But if it's Jones County or Carteret County or New Hanover County, they will pay a fee.
Sure.
And then we'll have competing swim teams with the YMCA, and certainly those teams from out of the county will certainly pay a fee. So we expect that, we know that the pool is a negative, but one of the other unforeseen positives that made us move this forward is that part of the full service VA clinic that's coming to town over the next 2 years and 180,000 square feet and brings 600 employees, they want to partner with us. So they need pool space and they need chiropractic area and a classroom with their patients. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I'm going to talk about with the school system and the board on Thursday is 60+% of our school children are military related.
Sure.
And family. So what type of message do we send to our VA and our veterans and our active duty when we say we don't want to partner with the VA? And if you said no to this opportunity, and then if for whatever reason the school system said no, and we will eventually, if they said no, we're going to figure out how to bring a pool. It may not be 2 pools, but it will cost Onslow County citizens and it will cost the school system more money if they don't come forward, because we have a 99-year agreement. Mm-hmm. So this is the cheapest way to make it all work, to make a difference in people's lives with mental health and death.
I'm sure you can probably tell me how many YMCA managed or operated pools or owned pools there are in the United States.
Over 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000. Something was brought up the other evening, that there are more deaths at YMCA pools across this country in all those 2,000 pools than there were drownings in Onslow County in any given year. I found 3 or 4 when I Googled. Googling deaths at YMCA pools, you have to search for them.
I'm not familiar with that statistic. However,
there's no,
right.
Okay.
We will have a minimum of 2 lifeguards for every pool. And then when we bring the Onslow County students in, we will ask for trained volunteers. And thank goodness we have 40,000+ military active duty, mm-hmm. that I'm sure some of those folks will be volunteers.
Sure.
So we feel very comfortable that the YMCA will offer a very safe environment for swimming.
One of the things, when I showed up at a place called Cape May, New Jersey, for a basic training way back when in the Coast Guard, I was amazed that people who joined the Coast Guard, some of them did not know how to swim, had never learned to swim. They had to be taught first. Really? I don't know how many of our paramedics, firefighters, deputy sheriffs, other first responders, police officers in Onslow County do not know how to swim, but wouldn't this be a great opportunity
A great
to make
opportunity.
sure that 100% of them can swim?
And several years ago, and Tim Foster mentioned this when the day that the Onslow County commissioners voted, that we lost a Southwest High School great athlete, star quarterback for Southwest High School. He was at the week of graduation. He went to North Topsail Beach with his friends, and unfortunately, he drowned.
Yeah.
You know, we all can't put a price of any substance on what is the cost of a life. If he may have had a swim lesson, then that may have prevented him from, you know, causing havoc in his
Even getting
family.
in there, yeah. Now, the another thing that you know, also coming from another background as well. Growing up here in Jacksonville, we don't have anything to do. We got nowhere to go. Well, Onslow County, much to its credit, Jacksonville, much to its credit, started building recreation centers around the area. How many of those have swimming pools?
We're the largest county in the state without a public community swimming pool.
Unacceptable.
With over 210,000 citizens, and we don't have an opportunity yet. We're on the verge of it, and I feel fairly confident that after Thursday afternoon's meeting, we should get the most positive votes that we need to make them feel comfortable, because they were concerned about, you know, the maintenance cost. In our agreement, nobody has any responsibility of the maintenance costs except the Nerva YMCA on an ongoing basis. Now, there is a provision in there about capital expenditure requests, because you get in 10 years and you lose a motor, or you lose a filter system, and that's 6 figures. The verbiage is may and shall. We want to pass the hat to the 4 partners to see if they want to contribute. If they say no, we still need it. We'll figure out how to make it happen. A 99-year lease, you know, divide that by $3 million to be able to do all that we're going to do to provide to our citizens. It's the cheapest way that every partner can make it work. And with the amount of monies that are in the coffers of the Onslow County school system, this would only be interest money on the principal in the bank.
Yeah. Financially, that's great. Man, I like that. Then I'm thinking about all of these kids that I see during the summertime running around with nothing to do but to get into trouble.
We will be open 16 hours a day at the YMCA. And we all know, as you know, when I grew up and you grew up, our parents asked us to be active and busy.
Yeah.
You know, as my daddy used to say, keep you off Court Street and out of Sheriff Woodard's jail.
There you go.
You know, so at the end of the day, when we can keep our kids busy, and with all things YMCA, whether it's an infant or it's a most senior citizen, there will be some activity for them, whether it's health related or it's social or it's summer camp or it's day camp or it's cardio activities. There are just so many things that the YMCA brings. And I remember sitting in my office with my dad one day and I said, what do we need in Onslow County that we don't have? And I saw what was going on with different Ys around the country and the different states. I Googled the Chicago YUSA address, and subsequently about a week later, they sent me an email back and called me. So this has been about a 14-year process to where we are today.
Wow. Look at how many kids could have learned how to swim in the meantime. I had to learn to swim in the Intercoastal Waterway.
Likewise.
I swear I had to learn to swim.
That's pretty
With
much what I
currents.
learned. Yep.
I learned out of YMCA.
You privileged child, you. Obviously, you didn't learn in Onslow County.
No, Rockingham County.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rockingham County, way inland. Okay, now, and we hear from a cousin of mine on a regular basis, and is it Kingsport, whatever it is, in Tennessee, where she grew up in high school. They had a swimming pool in high school in Tennessee. What's going on in Onslow County?
In the high school?
We don't even have a public pool in Onslow County.
Chief Yanero tells the story that in the Tri-Cities of Tennessee, part of the prerequisite to graduate from high school was he had to pass a swimming test. And likewise, when I went to Campbell University, part of my first courses, I had to pass the swimming test as a freshman at Campbell University. So keep our fingers crossed, good prayers. And if anyone out there has a chance to give a positive affirmation to our school board and to our commissioners for their votes over the next 2 weeks, and the city feels so comfortable with it, they have it on consent agenda for June the 4th.
Consent agenda. Nobody's going to oppose it.
Right, exactly. So we're almost there, and I certainly appreciate and understand the reasons and the questions from the school board members, and I feel comfortable that we should answer all their questions.
Okay. If you got a question, give us a call right now. We're going to take a break, but Billy will be in here for a few more minutes. You've got a question that needs to be answered. You want to know, ring us up, 910-333-097. No, I didn't do that right. 910-333-0139. 0179. Where did that come from? 0139. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey, y'all. How's everyone doing? Which is the greeting you'll get walking into the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Not only will you be greeted with a smile, you'll walk into the best deals on groceries, where you can get a pound of strawberries for only $2.99 and a pint of sweet blueberries for just $3.99. You can also get fresh whole chicken from Springer Mountain Farms at $1.59 a pound. The deals just get better and better, and we'll even take your groceries out for you. Don't know what you want for dinner? Well, make a stop at our diner any day of the week for takeout or dine in and stay a while. Or come in and have breakfast with us starting at 5:30 and chat with the locals. Make sure to try out our famous Merle Bowl. And don't forget about our fast and friendly in-store pharmacy. Come see us at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. And to all Jacksonville folks, the drive is never too far for these deals. Let's get piggy with it, y'all.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under-market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back, and we do have a caller. Good morning, Phil. What's up?
Not much. I think YMCA pool will be great. Where I grew up in Ohio, small town, we did not have a YMCA, but we did have a public pool. My parents got it. Me and my sister, well, a family pass. It was like for the whole season was $100. Me and my sister went to the pool every single day. With that, they taught us how to swim and everything like that. So that would be a great opportunity for the children in Onslow County for that. I think everybody needs to learn how to swim.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sooner or later, you're going to be somewhere, even if it's at the beach or the waves. It's a very calm day at the beach. I can tell you because I'm very familiar with the ocean. You can stand out there and walk out like so many people. I never go over my knees. I don't ever get any deeper than my knees.
That's how my mom was.
Depending upon how tall you are, your knees might be pretty deep water if you're a little kid.
I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
So,
but if you're 2 feet 4 inches tall as a little child, knee deep is pretty deep.
Yes, it is.
And you have no power. You can be swept away in a heartbeat.
Also, that I tried to get my scuba certification. I could not get it because my ears I could not get them to equalize.
I'm sorry.
Going into the pool. And when I was doing my PADI certification, we had to go on base for that.
Right.
And you know how getting on base and everything is. So I think these people that want to learn how to scuba dive, they should contact the YMCA where they don't have to go on base to do that.
Yeah, you can get a local instructor. There are several in the area, and you can always have access to a local instructor, and the local instructor can make deals with the YMCA, have contracts, and that they will allow the swimming there. I'm sure that's the way it will be set up. All right, Phil, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Another caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Jennifer. I was just calling to weigh in on the pool situation and tell you that, yes, in Kingsport, Tennessee, you still have to take swimming before you can graduate. And they've got a nice indoor pool at the high school. Growing up, we had a public pool. It has since closed, but when it closed, they opened up the aquatic center in Kingsport with pools and lazy river and all of that.
Oh,
and
really?
that is in addition to the YMCA. So there's all kinds of pools in Little Oak, Kingsport, Tennessee, and I think it would be just absolutely insane for the school board not to want access to a pool for the Onslow County students to learn how to swim.
Well, I think that they probably do. They just it's going to have to come around to that. And this week, is it, Billy?
Yes, sir. This Thursday at 2:00 is a school board meeting.
Okay, cool.
And we will make a full presentation with architectural plans and plan to go over the agreement that we did last summer, and then further talk about the funding agreement and certainly answer any questions and concerns.
Okay, sound like a winner. We got one more. Jennifer, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Got one more call here. Hey, Bill, what's up? We got just a minute or so here.
No, I think it's a great thing that they're getting the ground broken on this here soon. That'll be, I know they always push before Topsail Beach, et cetera, and they had the private pools like Courts Plus and stuff where you said the police would practice, et cetera. And then the country club, et cetera. And I think they used to have the swim team go over to the country club. But I think it'll be good. It's right, central there for Richlands and other places to get to. And it's a long drive to Topsail. So I think this will get people up and going as far as swimming goes. It'll be good.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Let's take a quick break. You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road. Complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbin Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We're back. We're wrapping up here with Billy Sewell. He's one of the individuals, and you're not doing this all by yourself in that swimming pool operation of the YMCA. It's a big bunch of people out there, right?
We're blessed with a great board with local folks. Steve Wangert is our vice chair, and Dawn Rochelle is our chair of human resources, and Jeff Hudson, former county manager, is our chair of facilities and is chairing the construction of the pool process. Reverend Joel Churchwell is on our board.
Cool.
Dr. Scott Playford.
I know him.
Corinne Marsh, Susan Edwards, Todd Salmons with Marine Federal Credit Union, and Logan Smith with Blue Cross Blue Shield. So, and Mr. Ike Johnson. So we've got a great cross section of folks across Onslow County that understand youth and really want to give back. So we're really blessed that by the time we finish the pool process, which is a 30,000 square foot building plus another 13,000 square feet that's there and adding another 5, we'll have almost 50,000 square feet to provide services to Onslow County.
I am so looking forward to it. I want to jump in that pool so fast.
We're going to have the biggest pool party Onslow County has ever seen, hopefully by Christmas of 2025.
Ha!
Nice.
That's only a year away. You know,
I only have to walk across the street. You can come park at my house.
And one last mention, when we did a survey of over 1,200 people when we were bringing the YMCA to town, along with a city recreation survey, a swimming pool and recreational activities amongst all those surveyed folks was number 1 and number 2 of Onslow County citizens. If this went to a voter referendum, it would be probably an 85 to a 90% positive that it's needed and wanted. So that's the opportunity for our elected folks to vote in accordance with what the citizens want in Onslow County.
Yes, our elected officials do it before we have to take it to a vote, because that vote's going to cost a lot of extra money. You know what the will of the people is. Come on, you live amongst them. You talk to them. Do what is right for them. How's that? Billy, thank you. Appreciate you coming in, sir.
Thank y'all so much.
Good information.
Right. Billy Sewell. Let's take a break, do a little bit of Fox News, and then we'll be back on the other side. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, Chris Foster, a former attorney for former President Donald Trump's the next star witness at his criminal hush money trial in New York.
Michael Cohen is expected to claim that the former president reimbursed him for the $130,000 hush money payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels. Cohen will claim Trump falsified business records by labeling those payments as legal fees.
Fox's Brooks saying the New Jersey Senate Democrats' second corruption trial starts today.
Senator Bob Menendez is accused of taking part in an alleged bribery scheme to help the nations of Egypt and Qatar in exchange for gold bars and luxury cars. Jury selection will begin today in New York, where Menendez is being tried separately from his wife, who's facing similar charges.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz, and his trial was declared in 2017 when the senator was accused of taking bribes from an eye doctor who was later convicted of Medicare fraud, and his 17-year sentence was cut short by then President Trump. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Well, I know this is going to go through. You know, it's just how much aggravation that there is in between point A and point B, but obstacles out there. Obstacles are okay. They can be overcome. And I think Billy and the company, the whole board there that he's got a cast of individuals that bar none, right? So what did you do now?
She's throwing stuff around. It's all good.
She keeps throwing things away.
I know it. It's okay.
Don't fall down.
I know that chair's going to roll out from under me one day,
it is.
and I'm going to hit the floor.
Okay. I this is not making a lot of news, but it's kind of noisy as far as I'm concerned. The new incoming president of Panama. You know where that place is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He said there are going to be big changes coming about in this country to help alleviate the U.S. border crisis.
Oh, do tell.
President-elect Jose Raul Mulino vowed to shut down a crucial migration gap through Panama that has been used by more than 500,000, 500,000 migrants over the last 1 year. There's now going to be a shift in the country's policy as the U.S. continues to battle the crisis at the southern border, which everybody in the world admits except those at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Panama and the Darien Gap are not a transit route. It's our border, the new president said. Panama had previously helped bus migrants through the critical gap and allowed them to continue their journey north, a policy that has allowed thousands and thousands to reach the U.S. border with Mexico. The shift comes as the U.S. has put continued pressure on Mexico to help alleviate the crisis, calling on the country to help enforce movement restrictions through its territory to prevent migrants from eventually reaching the U.S. border. This so-called Darien Gap, although a dangerous route north toward the U.S., has become a popular route among migrants in recent years, with cartels and other organized crime organizations stepping in to make it an affordable option for those seeking to reach the United States carrying all the drugs that the cartel wants to send. I added that part. Molino won with 34% of the vote last week. He said the new policy would make Panama a less attractive option for migrants and criminal organizations. How about that?
Interesting. Very
and
interesting.
Let's see if I can find that other little story that I had up here about today. Today, by the way, is from 1846 on this date. You know what occurred?
1846.
1846.
Wait. Civil War ended?
Nope.
No, not 1846. girl.
It even started in 1846.
I'm going to need you just to sit over and look cute.
I'm just thinking, no, I know 1846, and I'm just running things.
There was a gold rush about ready to happen.
I know
all
Lee
that.
was a small child then, but
In 1846.
yeah, but you know, she don't remember.
We didn't have TV.
We went to war.
With who?
Mexico. U.S. Congress overwhelmingly votes in favor of President James Polk's request to declare war on Mexico in a dispute over Texas.
I don't remember that.
Well, you weren't around. Why would you?
Clearly, I know. Like, shockingly to believe, but
Under the threat of the war, the United States had refrained from annexing Texas after the latter won independence from Mexico 10 years earlier. But in 1844, President Tyler restarted negotiations with the Republic of Texas, culminating with a treaty of annexation. The treaty was defeated by a wide margin in the Senate because it would upset the slave state, free state balance between North and South and risk war with Mexico, which had broken off relations with the United States. But shortly before leaving office and with the support of President-elect Polk, Tyler managed to get the joint resolution passed on March 1st, 1845. Texas was admitted to the Union on December 29th. Mexico didn't follow through with its threat to declare war. Relations between the two nations remained tense over border dispute. But in July 1845, Polk ordered troops into disputed lands that lay between the Nueces and the Rio Grande rivers. In November, Polk sent the diplomat John Slidell, sounds slinky, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To Mexico to seek boundary adjustments in return for the U.S. government's settlement of the claims of U.S. citizens against Mexico, and also to make an offer to purchase California and New Mexico. After that mission failed, the U.S. Army under General Zachary Taylor advanced to the mouth of the Rio Grande, the river that the state of Texas claimed as its southern boundary. Mexico, claiming that the boundary was the Nueces River to the northeast of the Rio Grande, considered the advance of Taylor's army an act of aggression. In April 1846, they sent troops across the Rio Grande. Polk, in turn, declared the Mexican advance to be an invasion of U.S. soil, and on May 11th, 1846, asked Congress to declare war on Mexico. It did that 2 days later. How about that?
Didn't know that.
They fought for 2 years. Peace finally established
was
by
only
the Treaty
20
of
years
Guadalupe Hidalgo, signed in 1848. The Rio Grande was officially made the southern boundary of Texas and California, and New Mexico were ceded to the United States. In return, the United States paid Mexico the sum of $15 million and agreed to settle all claims of U.S. citizens against Mexico. Okay, so we won, but we gave them $15 million. That was the beginning of the stupidity.
You think?
I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah, every time we go to war, we pay people for what we did to them. I want to get some of that money back. When has Saudi Arabia, the people where Osama been killed?
Osama bin dead?
Yeah, well, that's where he was born. That's where he got his money. Did they ever pay any reparations for the damage inflicted beginning on 9/11 and for 20 years later? Has anybody else paid us for any of the damages that they inflicted on us as a result of that?
Mm-mm.
Have we ever been repaid for anything that other people did when they attacked us?
No.
But every time we dropped a bomb somewhere, we went back and patched it up and gave them money. I just don't get it.
I don't either. I don't either.
Whatever. Let's see what else is cooking. Of
Well,
course, go ahead.
Let me tell you something I think is laughable, but it's not laughable. So last week at Princeton, they had some anti-Israel protesters. They decided they were going on a hunger strike. Last Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure which, an article came out that they are mad because they're starving. I mean, it's comical.
Uh-huh.
And what was even more interesting is for 24 hours, some of the faculty said they would do it for 24 hours. I guess they weren't going to get over their food. Well, over the weekend, it came out that they had to end it. So what they did was they ended it, and a new group came in because the other ones, they claimed it was due to health concerns.
Yeah, they were hungry.
And they were having issues, and so then they claimed they've got round two, like a new group came in.
Reinforcements.
Yes. They did it for 10 days.
Well, maybe they needed to lose the weight.
I mean, and what is interesting is it's one or two of the areas at Princeton, the Hezbollah terror flag was found.
Special.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, either these are the stupidest bunch of humans.
Yes,
that's scary, or we've got some infiltrators, which I've often, since this whole mess began, I thought was part of the problem. But either that they don't know what they're protesting about. Do they know who Hezbollah is my first question.
No.
Do they know what Hezbollah stands for?
No.
And what the biggest thing is, are they aware that even though they're Americans and even though they are, quote, protesting against Israel and for Hezbollah and Hamas, if you think about it, that's what it is, they don't understand that these Hezbollah and Hamas individuals would kill them just the same as look at them.
Yeah. I know a retired NCIS agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know that during some of that time when he was active, I know that he was sent down to a place called Gitmo, also known as Guantanamo Bay. I know that he was sent there to interview a really bad dude.
Very
And
much so.
the guy didn't speak English, but he was a friendly type of individual. They exchanged pleasantries, and he said, I could get along with him. And the other guy said, I could get along with you. But in the translation, as it came out, I could, in another life, I could like you, but that wouldn't stop me from killing you. Hello.
Threatened him, his family, because I was one of the victims.
Come on.
Yep.
Y'all just don't.
They don't
you need to
understand
grow up.
these kids, like where are they getting their information from? And they don't understand who they're protesting for. And one of the schools over the weekend in California, big shock there, actually gave in to the demands.
I saw that. You've got to be kidding me.
I mean, and I'm saying once again, as a tax-paying citizen,
take away the
in
money.
any of these schools that get federal funds, Congressman Murphy, if you're listening, you need to introduce a bill that says any of these schools that get federal funds get their money yanked immediately for this crazy nonsense.
Well, let's go to Tillis.
He's talked about that.
The senior senator from North Carolina last week introduced legislation that would revoke federal student financial assistance for students who are convicted of trespassing, rioting, or damaging property while protesting at a higher education institution. Students convicted will lose their eligibility for any federal grant, loan, or work assistance. This comes on the heels of the several weeks of out-of-control protests on college campuses across the country, including at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Those protests, it costs money, lots of damage, injuries, interruption of the educational process coming at the, what time of year is it? Time to graduate. And several colleges and universities cancel the opportunity for the students, the decent humans out there who've worked for 4 years or more, to earn a degree, to walk the stage and get their diplomas.
Well, at Duke University this weekend,
Oh, I saw that.
Jerry Seinfeld was a commencement speaker.
Yes.
Some students got up and walked out and protested. I mean, you're not hurting nobody but yourselves.
Go back.
Because I'm fully convinced 5, 10, maybe even a year from now, they're going to regret doing it, because them walking out didn't make no difference to anybody but themselves. And I stand by my statement that
do what you
half of
gotta
them,
do. If that's what you want to do, go
but
ahead.
I don't think half of them know why they're protesting.
They don't care.
It's
just
a social thing. It's a
thing.
fad.
It's a
That's all it
thing.
is. Yeah.
It's just a thing. So let's see. There's one interesting little thing here that I came across. I've always known that some Democrats had some slick operators out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes slick can be described as weasel-like. Sometimes it's known as being as sly as a fox, right?
Right.
Well, it seems that Senator Chucky Schumer is looking like the sly fox right now. Given the continuing decline of our commander-in-chief's status of being the Democrats' great savior, it seems that even Schumer is working on a plan to just let Joe Biden's nominee for a position to a federal judgeship, something that's been very controversial, by the way, just fade away into oblivion. No fuss, no publicity, just a nice, quiet disappearance. It's probably a good thing for Americans, regardless of party affiliation, a great opportunity for Democrats who are growing increasingly concerned over Biden and his inability to get the party on the right track. That nominee, here he is, Adil Manji. Not a favorite of pretty much anyone, as it turns out. The Democrats don't want to take a loser to the floor for a vote right now, so their best bet is to run out the clock. The nomination will expire at the end of the 118th Congress, just a couple of 3 months away. Some outside observers expect the nominated lawyer to just withdraw his nomination instead of ending up as a loser. Neither Schumer nor the White House, neither one responding to news outlets asking about Manji's future as a nominee. Seems to me like they need a better PR person, because their so-called press coordinators are not providing any information. I tell you what, I will be interested to watch this week's news briefing with Jean, what's her name?
Jean St. Pierre.
When there's somebody else in the floor, I can guarantee it'll be Peter Doocy. We'll say, hey, how about this dude? What's his stance on here on Biden's nomination? Well, he's getting ready to withdraw his name. Yeah.
Speaking of stands, court, et cetera, guess who takes a stand today in Trump's hush money trial?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Cohen.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
His former lawyer, a guy who took $420,000 and channeled $130,000 of it. Trump ought to get a better deal on that. That's kind of an expensive lawyer.
He did better than Stormy did.
Yeah, well, Cohen did, certainly.
Yes.
So
that'll be interesting.
I wonder if they went and got any of that money. I wonder if he paid taxes on all that extra money. I wonder if Stormy paid taxes on $130,000.
Oh,
good
question. I wonder if New York's going to go after that.
Well, that's one of their star witnesses. What a stupid witness that was, turned out to be for them.
You know how I feel about her.
Yeah, I know. You made it clear the other day.
Yes.
She's an embarrassment to women everywhere.
She's a Heidi. There's Karens and there are Heidis.
Karens and Heidis.
Heidi ho.
Oh.
She's a Heidi.
I got you.
Yes. Don't get me started on her.
That's what Trump said. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
WSME. If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and custom threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case you're power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hey, Marine Weather Outlook brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. You might expect that Onslow County ranks high in reported cases of PTSD every year. I am not surprised, and I'm pretty sure Kelly and not surprised at all about that, right? You have to deal with them on a regular basis.
Yes, that's one of my specialties.
The cases reported, keyword, to Onslow County workers show that 17 out of every 100,000 people actually file reports stemming from PTSD. We don't know how many file reports aboard Camp Lejeune.
No, and I think people need to understand a lot of my clients are not military affiliated at all. And that number, I think, is actually higher because a lot of counselors, if they don't get any kind of federal funding or anything, don't report their numbers anyway. So I guarantee that number's higher.
The number suffering is much higher.
Correct.
There's no doubt. I'm sure of that.
Yes.
Even among those that report, that still makes North Carolina number 14 in the entire U.S. in the number of PTSD cases.
Yep.
Right? Counselors like those at Community Prevention Services will, not a doubt in my mind, will see a lot of clients who know they have an issue. I mean, they are experiencing something.
Mm-hmm.
They realize there's something going on, but they don't necessarily identify it with being a victim of PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these people who suffer from PTSD, it's just a result of a job that they do day in and day out, whether it's a nurse, whether it's a EMT worker, EMS worker, whether it's a police officer, whether whoever it is, doctors who specialize in oncology, who deal with quite often the dying.
Mm-hmm.
How about hospice workers?
Yeah.
Who watch it every day, deal with it.
People that have been in car accidents, people that have been in accidents in general.
Yes.
Because to meet the criteria for that, you have to have either directly had happened to you or witnessed an event that could lead to death.
Yeah. That's why you should, driving along the highway, quit looking at those rubbernecking and looking at the gore that might be associated with that. It's going to stick in your mind. You're also going to take your mind off of what you're doing right at that time, which is driving a vehicle of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Just stop it. If you are feeling, and you know, we talk about this PT, that's post-traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
Traumatic.
That means
a
post
trauma.
means after. Yes.
You can have trauma, whether it's an actual act of a wreck like you're talking about.
Major surgery.
Major surgery.
Can cause it. Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody lying up there in the hospital and they're telling you, we're going to open up your heart and, you know, we're going to take it out and we're going to hook it up to a mechanical pump.
I've got a client like that, actually, that comes for that treatment for that. Yeah.
And we're going to basically, we hope you'll come back out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to take your heart and we're going to put a bunch of little extra things in there to help the blood circulate. Then when we reconnect it, we give you a little boost there and kick it going, jump start it, and hopefully it'll work.
Yeah.
How do you imagine sitting in a bed, lying in a bed, and they're describing this process to you?
It is very unnerving and very frightening.
That may be 3 or 4 or 5 days in the future that you got to sit there and think about it and wait for it.
Very frightening. Yeah.
PTSD. Yeah. At least a lot of folks in a lot of fields are aware of issues. They don't necessarily identify with them. The sooner you seek counseling, the better off it will be for you. You got to open up. The sooner you do that, the sooner your counselors can work on a plan to help you deal with the issues in your daily lives. You need to start right away by calling Community Prevention Services at 910-353-0972. Conveniently located 918 Henderson Drive, totally confidential, and they accept most insurance plans. 910-353-0972. Winds offshore today out of the east around 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet. Waves going to be coming at you about 2 footers from the east every 9 seconds. Sounds and rivers a light chop. A nice day to be on the water. Tomorrow, winds out of the south 15 to 20, increasing to 20 to 25 in the afternoon. Gusts up to 30, seas 3 to 5 feet, building to 5 to 7 in the afternoon. That's pretty much all you really should know about tomorrow. The waves are going to be coming at you from different directions. There will be a shift in the waves in the day as the day wears on. They're going to get up to 7 feet coming straight from the south every 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy, increasing to rough in the afternoon. Wednesday, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25, 5 to 8 footers. They'll come down to 5 to 6 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers will be choppy.
Today, increasing clouds, a high of 79. Winds south 5 to 9 miles an hour with gusts as high as 16 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 64. Tomorrow, showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 7 a.m. with a high of 76. Tomorrow night, more of the same with a low of 65 and gusty winds. And on Wednesday, once again, partly sunny, a high of 83 with 6 to 13 miles an hour and 21 mile an hour gusts.
Okay. It's going to be an interesting week. So it's going to be ups and down, a little topsy-turvy, I guess was a good way to put it. We have a caller. Didn't see who it was. Who is this?
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, good morning again.
You're back.
Yeah, I was saying how that I thought the poll was a good idea, and I had called before, and I'd given them a donation of $15,000 to help get them going, and I was learn how many other people, a lot of people that said it's a great idea, this and that, have put their money where their mouth was and actually contributed to it. And that's one thing that usually shows a side of interest and then participation thereafter.
Absolutely.
Is they'll put money into it themselves and not just, pay it lip service.
Well, you got skin in the game when you do that.
Say again?
You got skin in the game when you do that.
Yeah, and it's you invested in it. You got now a vested interest, and I was also going to ask, I guess, will the VA get their pool therapy time and stuff? I missed part of it where he was talking about that. Will that be like a free thing for the veterans here?
Well, it will be part of their VA treatment.
Charge?
I think the VA will be paying for that, either as a one-time donation of whatever it is. I don't know. I think those are details that are being worked out. Whether it's the VA pays per visit or whether the VA is going to pay in a lump sum to have a block of time set off. Billy was not quite clear on that one as yet. They're still working out those details.
Yeah. So, but it'd be good though if they had an annual fund drive and they show some of the money that's been contributed and where it's coming from and who is actually, if you put it to a vote, you may not get that. They just say put it to a referendum. Someone said instead of paying $1,000, I'll buy a pool for 500 and put it in my backyard.
Good luck on buying a pool for $500. Even the waiting pool will cost you more than that.
Yeah, or whatever. They up to $1,000, I guess. They have some pretty nice ones I've seen at different stores.
You're talking about the above ground pools.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to buy one of those every year.
Yeah, but anyway, the people say it's convenient, just go out in your backyard. But a lot of it, I think, is just when people even the car dealerships that they put money and they show this is what they've contributed.
Sure.
Okay,
did you say?
Did
I hear you?
But anyway, it just shows that the community's vested.
Did I hear you say at the beginning there, Bill, that you had contributed $15,000 to this pool?
Yeah, well, I sent it to him, and then got a letter back from Louis Sewell saying thanks, and then I'd given them when they had the little office over there by in the downtown area. They still got it open for preschool, etc. I gave them a couple $1,000 there too.
Oh, good. Thank you. Congratulations.
Would you like to
Appreciate
make a
it.
contribution to a radio show? I'll come pick it up.
Right now, I'm not a banking. I'm not a banker,
right.
so I've retired and I hadn't been able to get too much work since. So,
Gotcha.
Anyway,
All right.
have a good one.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. That's interesting.
Very nice of Bill.
It is.
Did you know that Miss USA resigned?
I did after 2 days or
Yes.
No, more than that. She, crowned. She gave it up because she said she won it in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
She relinquished her crown, and then Miss Teen USA followed suit because she said it's sexual harassment and a toxic work environment. They both did. And then one of the directors of something that resigned too. They're claiming that the CEO president Layla Rose consistently failed to communicate. When she did, she was cold and unnecessarily aggressive, and they provided emails. I mean, just crazy stuff. And she said the current Miss USA got so stressed out from this, ended up having to go on medication for anxiety, and so she said, "I'm quitting."
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I just saw a headline and that's all I saw.
She did it, and then the little Miss Teen followed suit, and then one of the workers of the USA did the same thing.
I think all these contests and pageants are on their way out. There's been nothing but controversy over the years.
And
it's a shame.
I've been not involved with, but I've covered them. I've good God, I was hired to shoot pictures of a lot of contestants over the decades.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Everything from the Miss this to the Miss that, and I finally got away from the little Miss stuff because that was just really
it's creepy.
I
think those little kid pageants are
dressing
weird.
those little kids up to look like Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Yeah.
No.
With all the makeup,
No,
it's
no,
just so
no,
creepy.
absolutely not going to do it.
I don't like it.
So, but for the other pageants, I don't remember anybody having any grief or complaints or anything else that I dealt with. And I dealt with a bunch of them. And, they tell photographers a lot of things that they don't tell other people.
It's just changed over the years.
And I found, I guess it was Miss USA she was from Wilmington, I believe, about 2008 or 9 or something like that. I got photos, and I found one of her the other day when I was looking through all my junk.
Nice.
And that she had autographed for me. I had a print made, and she autographed it of the two of us. So, she never, and matter of fact, her mother had been Miss USA at one time, or Miss North Carolina USA at one time, or a couple of decades earlier. But anyway, I don't remember hearing of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Maybe I was sheltered.
Maybe it just wasn't as reported then as what I'm betting. I don't know.
Possibly.
But I think these little kid pageants are creepy.
I think, if
It's
they're
just
going to be little
creepy.
kids, they need to be little kids.
Yes. And they paint them up with makeup
Nope.
and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Well, look, Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Yeah. Prime example. Yeah.
Yep.
Awful.
Absolutely.
Did you hear what the UN has done? Now this is, these protesters aren't reading this right, but they came out. This was published this morning that the UN has now revised its Gaza death toll, and they're saying almost 50% less women and children have been killed than had been previously reported. But
Are
of
you
course, our
surprised?
protesters out there interrupting graduations and blocking roads and acting a fool are not going to, go with this.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay, early voting is over here in North Carolina. One and done.
That's right.
Now here in Onslow County.
Yeah.
In Onslow County during that 2 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks of early voting.
Well, the last 2 days, which would be Friday, Saturday, that just passed, have not rolled in yet because I just checked. And we've had a total of, drum roll, 256 people vote.
Phew. Well, y'all got another chance. Those of us who have not voted yet, I will be voting tomorrow.
I
We'll
will
have to go do
too.
it tomorrow. Yeah.
I chose to wait. I already know who I'm voting for. Knew from the very
Well,
beginning.
there's only two
but,
candidates on the ballot that's contested here in Onslow County, right?
You have
that we have available
state
in Onslow
auditor
County.
and lieutenant governor.
Yep. So there are two races there.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
they
the
have
Republicans.
dated it one date, 285 now, but they still don't have Saturdays in there. So just
So
check.
there were 284 before Friday.
200. Well, the last I had was 200. What did I say? 65, 56, whatever.
265. So on,
They just updated one of the days. They're
so
in the
on Friday
process.
they got
of-
another 20.
yes. Yeah,
How
they
much?
were averaging.
Again, we've got to take a serious look at this kind of stuff. Early voting.
Yes.
How much does that cost us for those 300 people?
And we were averaging 25 to 35 voters a day. There was a couple of days, 10 voters. And the money and the cost it is to maintain that polling place and pay the workers.
I'm just not quite understanding.
That comes from all the way up there, North Carolina State Board of Elections. That's where
Something's got to change.
Something's
Something
gotta
needs to change.
change.
When you got a runoff election like this and you have early voting, no. If the people are going to vote, let them vote on election day.
Well, you
Or absentee
remember,
voting. You can mail it in if you want to, if you can't be there, but just mail it in.
do you remember the days and days and days and days of voting when Walter B. Jones passed away?
Yes, I
Then they
do.
had a primary. They had 16, 17 people in that, and that got knocked down to between 2, and then they had to have a runoff. It was crazy. I don't think that vote would ever end.
That was a huge vote.
Yes, it was.
That was a huge election.
Yes, it was.
North Carolina auditor and lieutenant governor on the Republican side, right?
Yes. On the Republican side, yeah, Lieutenant Governor in North Carolina.
Why are we
auditor.
having? Okay, I got the runoff election. That's part of the due process.
Right.
But to have 3 weeks of voting or whatever it
Yeah.
was, 3 weeks of voting
Two
prior
and a
to
half.
2.5 weeks prior to election
13
day.
days or something. I'd have to
And-
go back and look at it.
So
Yeah, I
for,
just
for
don't-
300 votes, I'd like to know how much that costs per person.
See if I can find out.
Onslow County Board of Elections, you can find that out easily.
Yes.
How much extra did that cost the taxpayers of Onslow County for that process?
And I'm sure the Board of Elections here in Onslow County was not too happy that
I'm
they
sure
had
they
to
were
go
not
through
either.
all of this for this period of time for this few people.
Mhm.
Not acceptable. All right, coming up Wednesday at the Swansboro Piggly Wiggly. That's on Corbett Avenue in downtown or uptown Swansboro.
Swansboro.
You're going to have beginning at 11 o'clock in the morning and lasting until 6:30 in the evening. You're going to have Donnie Cox, chief meteorologist from the WCTI Weather Bureau. He's going to be there. And I bet his promotions guy will be there too. Sean, I met him last time a couple of weeks ago. So it's nice, real nice guy. He took my picture.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. But anyway, they'll be there and they're going to be help along with the assistance from some members of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club. They're going to be programming your weather radios, your NOAA weather radios. You bring them in there, they'll take care of them if you bought them somewhere else or whatever. If you haven't bought one, this is your opportunity. One-stop shop. Go inside the Piggly Wiggly. Buy one of the radios first. Get it programmed. Then you can go back in and do some more shopping. Because Wednesday isn't that the day they generally come out with the deals, the weekly specials for the rest of the week?
Yes, they start Wednesday for the weekend.
There you go. So y'all might want to take advantage of that opportunity. I don't know what those deals are right now, but I'm going to be there.
You going to go earlier this time?
Well, I don't have any conflicts this time.
Right. You did.
2 weeks ago, I had to be in Wilmington at 3 o'clock for an appointment. You know how hard it is to get from Wilmington on the other side near Carolina Beach?
Uh-huh.
All the way through downtown Wilmington, hoping that I could catch the I-140. That didn't happen until I got over there downtown and 45 minutes into the process to get that 9 miles. Finally got on the interstate. Then it still took me quite a while to get up to Burgaw, but not very, very long. Then from Burgaw down to as my buddy Timmy, go down there, that 4-way stop, take a left when there's no traffic coming. Then take a right to the church. And then take a this and that and that. And so I ended up there, but my goodness gracious, it's forever to make that drive. So I missed it. I got there in time, but they had already sold out of all the radios because I wanted to buy 2. So I'm going to try again this week. And I've got Donnie's telephone number, so I may call him and say, hey, would you grab 2 of those and put them under the counter for a while? I'll be down there in a little bit. So anyway, that's coming up on Wednesday. Obviously we're into the not hurricane season. The weather radios are okay during the hurricanes, but leading up to any hurricane possibilities and leading up to severe weather. We're talking about during the summertime, severe thunderstorms. We had a bunch of them over the weekend. My radio went off, told me where all this mess was going, and I was able to kind of track it via the radio. Then I'm looking at it on the radar as well, but I knew which storms, which systems coming across were likely to create problems for us based upon the radio alerts and the weather radar. And during any other emergency conditions, NOAA can put out lots of information. It's not just during weather. There are other times that they will put out emergency information if it's critical. They can do that. We do have an emergency statewide system now. That's good. So, and the good thing is the weather that we get, the reports that we're going to get is produced by the guys in Newport, just up the street here a little bit from Jacksonville. So they know what the weather is locally. They're not down in Hotlanta predicting what's going on in Onslow County. No, that never works. They're a day late and $1 short from down that way. So if you want to know what is happening here, listen to the locals. Okay. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with a lot more. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in remembering those that gave their all to preserve our most prized possession, our freedom, this Memorial Day, May 27th. If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Phone 910-355-7066. Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day, May 27th.
Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods is now open, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, right here in Jacksonville. Restaurants, food trucks, festival workers, party suppliers, vendors, government, schools, and families of all sizes stroll on down to Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods and save. They have a huge selection of large pots and pans, plasticware in many shapes and sizes, trays, including takeout trays. In addition, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods has everyday grocery items, such as Atkinson breaders and mixers, veggies, sauces, puddings, and beans. So if you need to buy in bulk for the long haul or everyday grocery items, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods will save you money. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods, brand new, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, Jacksonville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Phone 910-455-7800.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And it's about 12 minutes away from the hour and into the show here, 910-333-0139. Want to weigh in on something quickly. A lunatic, that's what cops called him. Armed with a box cutter, is accused of slashing an 11-year-old girl in the head near a New York City subway station.
That's terrible.
The police arrested Shaquan Cummings, he's 30, on Friday afternoon, charged him with assault, endangering the welfare of a child, and criminal possession of a weapon in the 4th degree. Cummings is accused of attacking the girl moments after he punched another 43-year-old woman. Wow. Police officers had to protect the accused attacker from New Yorkers who apparently wanted some immediate justice. They surrounded him in handcuffs to keep the other folks from going after him. The 11-year-old is in the hospital but doing okay. Mr. Cummings likely has some bad days and nights ahead of him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to guess anyway. Hey, it's time for the woke crowd to wake the heck up. Case in point.
Set your alarm.
Yeah, a Washington, D.C. judge who released a teenager on bail. A teenager accused of firing over 24 rounds at a car full of people along a busy street. Well, this judge has a social media presence filled with progressive activism and a financial link to progressive mega donor George Soros. Lloyd U. Nolan Jr., a magistrate judge on the Superior Court of the District of Columbia, is in the spotlight after he ordered that 18-year-old Amonte Moody be released from custody before his trial, despite accusations he sprayed a D.C. neighborhood with shots from an AR-15 while targeting a car carrying 4 people. Nolan's online presence includes examples of progressive activism, including a post boasting about being woke, a post promoting Black Lives Matter, and a post showing he donated to a fundraiser supporting a professor with ties to George Soros. Nolan concluded that Moody, who was charged with endangerment with a firearm, possession of a weapon, and assault, was not a threat to the community, and approved a request to release him on house arrest with a GPS monitor earlier this month. Let me explain something to you. Those GPS monitors only work if you're going to live by the law.
Right.
And he's not a danger, not a threat to the community anymore. Is it because he shot all of his bullets and doesn't have any more, or what? He shot over 24 rounds.
Gosh.
In the neighborhood, shooting at a car. We have all of the laws in our books and pretty much every jurisdiction in this country to deal with idiots who abuse guns. People like this magistrate, parole boards that routinely turn violent offenders loose, lax treatment in too many courtrooms, always got to point to Chicago when we were mentioning that. Those are the idiots who create problems that the rest of us must deal with. You turn him loose without bail. He had a bond set on him.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we see too much of this.
The magistrate decided to turn him loose anyway.
How much of this? We see this all the time.
So
all the time.
Are these judges? He's a low on the low level of being a judge, a magistrate. But how many of these individuals ever face scrutiny after doing something like this?
Mm-hmm.
If this guy gets out, when he's out now. When he's out doing his dastardly deeds again, he will. Will the victims of this young man, will they have an opportunity to sue the judge? Nope, they're immune. That should not be the case. Let's take a break. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cupcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solidtech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're going to take some bets here.
Okay.
Who do y'all think is going to be more surprised at the end of today and maybe another day? It depends upon how long Michael Cohen is on the witness stand. Who do you think is going to be most surprised? Donald Trump himself, the prosecution, Trump's lawyers?
I think the prosecution, because I think the defense is going to rip Cohen apart.
I'm not sure that Cohen's not going to sell the prosecution down the river.
That's what I'm saying. The defense is going to rip.
The defense might not have to. Cohen may come out and say, you know what? All of y'all been putting up with all this crap. Yes, I got 420,000. I mean, this is what he could do.
Right.
Because I'm sure he's been granted immunity by now for anything that has occurred. He's already served time for it. Can't prosecute him again for it.
That's true.
I've already, yes, I took the $420,000. Yes, it was legal fees. Obviously, I didn't pay off Stormy Daniels with all my legal fees. Did Trump have anything to do with it? I don't know whether he knew exactly what I was going to do or not. I don't know whether he made those arrangements or not. But he told me to handle it. Now what are you going to do?
True. I just think that he'll get up there and
He'll
answer
tap
the prosecute. Yeah, he'll tap dance. But what I think the defense is going to rip him a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I just don't see it working out for him.
Yep. Neither do I. I think it's going to be a mess for them.
Yeah, I do too.
So
There's something else I wanted to mention. Also,
Okay.
you've been following the demolition of the Francis Scott Key Bridge what's left of it.
Yeah, they're going to blow it all up.
They're
or something,
gonna,
right?
they're gonna small explosives to blow it up this afternoon at 5 o'clock. And we're supposed to do it yesterday at 7
Why don't they just
p.m.
back that ship up again? Let it run into it again.
You know, but I tell you, so they're supposed to set off small explosives now to help blow off that big chunk that's on the ship right now on the bow. And then within the next 2 days, move that ship back to the port area. And there's a lot of talk that the damage on this ship is more than what they're going to be able to fix. And they
I'm
may
sure it's
end up
gonna be-
selling it for scrap metal. So.
Wow.
But it's been interesting to watch it. I watch it a lot, you know, and I was there last night ready and they postponed it.
I saw in Googling it and everything else, I saw there are a whole bunch of people have set up live cameras there. I don't know if they're getting
Yes.
paid per view or what's going on.
Well, I know the one I watch is Streamline, and it's a live camera, and it's really, really good. But they take memberships if you want. It's subscriptions if you want to buy membership. I subscribe to it, but I don't buy the membership. Somebody gave me one free on the channel for a while. But you can also make donations and stuff, and they've put this brand new camera out there, and it's like you're right in front of it. And there's other outlets that stream it too, so I'll be able to watch them blow it up today.
I'd just like to have the camera on the thing that's going to
I
go
know.
down in the water. Let's see what it looks like under the water.
The one I watch is
I bet they
actually
won't.
about 2 miles from the actual ship, but it looks like it's right there on the ocean.
Up in New Jersey over the weekend,
I
they
saw
had,
it.
they had a little rally.
My mother was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
100,000 Trump supporters showed up.
Mhm.
New Jersey, let me see. What color is that? Is that orange, purple, red, or?
I thought it was
New
a blue
Jersey.
state.
It's very blue.
I tell you.
Very
And if
blue.
that doesn't have Biden concerned and the DNC concerned, it probably should.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's going to be a them problem.
Yeah.
So
It's considered a blue state.
Yeah, I thought it was a blue state.
it is a blue state, definitely.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll be back in here tomorrow. We have absolutely no idea who we're going to be talking with, but we got a couple
be a
possibilities. We're going to be finding somebody here to talk, or we'll get over and tap dance a little bit. You're here all day tomorrow.
I bring my
Yes.
tap shoes.
You're
I
here all
think
day
so.
Wednesday.
I'll be here Wednesday.
Yeah.
And maybe
Y'all get ready.
Thomas,
I want
but-
y'all to get ready on Wednesday morning, bright and early, sing a song.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
That's the one.
That's why I try to keep mine quiet. I don't
Well, we're not
want
gonna
all
let-
the.
Kelly has talked about her birthday for the past 3 weeks.
I'm very excited
I'm
about
not
my
one
birthday.
Don't
to.
forget it's on the 15th.
I'm not one to do it.
It is my birthday.
Hey, coming up
It's
on
not
my
my
birthday is
day.
on the 15th.
That's Kelly's day right there.
So maybe we should just ignore it on Wednesday and
That's
say
okay.
nothing and see what happens.
That'll be okay. I'll be fine with that. And I know it's my birthday. I'll be all good.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll know all about it.
Mhm.
Okay, have a great rest of your day. It's going to be a fairly decent one weather-wise. We're going to get a little bit breezy tomorrow, but
Yeah.
today's looking nice. So,
Yes,
and it's going to be
it
warm, but
is.
not blistering warm. Tonight's still going to be cool, down in the 50s or 60s. 60s, I think, tonight.
It
So
was nice this morning.
that wind coming through was really good.
57.
Have a great rest of your day. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSMA, WSMA971.com, right on heard worldwide. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, we'll be back in here right now. Fox News break at 10 o'clock. Another dose of the Daily D's with Rick. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, the one, the only, our man, Chris Hollywood Man.
WS